Welcome back to TSC Connect. I'm Physio Andrea, and this is a beginner level full body workout that uses dumbbells specifically for people who have scoliosis, who've had spinal surgery, or who experience back pain. Start with a lighter weight, like 1 or 2 pounds, and increase if you feel like it's too easy. And if you're unsure about any of the movements, please find a scoliosis trained physiotherapist near you. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Otherwise, enjoy your full body dumbbell workout. Let's start with a warm-up. Before we introduce our dumbbells, let's get the blood moving through our body. So let's start with some small squats and arm bends. Place your feet shoulder width apart, lots of weight into your heels. Think about trying to find a neutral pelvis, so not too arched and not too rounded. From here, lengthen your spine nice and tall. As you squat, send your hips backwards, lots of weight in the heels, and at the same time, bend your elbows to bring your hands towards your shoulders. Then push back up to standing and extend your arms. We're repeating this movement for 30 seconds at your own pace, just slowly bringing movement into your body. Ready, set, go. Another full body warm-up, we're doing calf raises with arm sweeps overhead. So bring your feet maybe a little bit closer together. We're raising up off of our heels and pressing down between our first and second toes. So we're shifting your weight forward to rise onto your toes, at the same time sweeping your arms up and overhead. Slowly lower back down. And we're repeating this, but make sure you're not pitching your pelvis forward or arching backwards. You're really thinking about rising up and forward onto your toes, bringing your body with you, and then lowering back down. Do this for 30 seconds. Ready, set, go. Next, we're moving into lunges with an overhead press. So step 1 foot back. So in my case, I'm starting with my left foot back, and I'm going to start with my hands on my hips, but place my left hand out to the side, okay? So as I lower down into a lunge, I'm also pressing my left arm overhead. I'm not resting my knee on the ground, and be really careful what happens with your rib cage when your arm goes overhead. So make sure you're not arching your back or collapsing into your spine. Stay really up and tall and hovering your knee off the ground. And then push back up, weight using both arms into your start position, and then bringing your shoulder just to 90 degrees. So we're not lowering it all the way back down, okay? So again, starting in this position, lower into a lunge with an overhead reach, keeping your trunk nice and neutral. Push back down and bring your arm to your start position. We're doing it for 30 seconds on each side, not holding any dumbbells for now. And then we're gonna switch to the other side. Ready, set, go. Sides in 3, 2, 1. we're going back to our first movement, but now we're incorporating our dumbbells. So you can choose whatever weight you'd like. This is a 5-pound weight, but feel free to use 1 pound, 2 pound, 3, or even no weights if you prefer. So starting with your hands, you're holding onto one dumbbell with both arms. Place your arms in front of you. Find your hip width distance with your feet again. And then we're repeating that same movement of a squat. So as you squat, this time we're doing a bicep curl to bring the dumbbell up towards your chest as you squat, and then lowering your arms back down as you push into standing through your heels. Okay, so doing these mini squats, this time holding a dumbbell for a challenge, doing this for 30 seconds. Ready, set, go. We're going back to our calf raises with overhead arm sweeps. Again, this time holding onto one dumbbell with both arms. So bringing your feet a little bit narrower, push up to a raise with your weight in between your first and second toes. At the same time, use both arms to raise your dumbbell overhead, again without arching or pitching your pelvis forwards. Try and stay in a nice straight position. Lower back down to start, and repeat this at your own pace for 30 seconds, moving really slowly, controlling the momentum of the dumbbell. Ready, set, go. We're going back to lunges. Transfer the dumbbell into your left hand. Since we're using the dumbbell in just one hand, you might want to go a lighter weight since we're doing overhead press. Step the same side leg that you're holding the dumbbell in back so that you're ready for a lunge. Opposite arm on your hip, and bring your arm into that start position of shoulders at 90 degrees, okay? So again, as you lunge, push overhead, bring your arm close to your ear so that your shoulder is controlled. And then again, watch what's happening in your trunk, that you're not arching your rib cage. Keep lots of core control to keep your rib cage neutral. And then come back to a start position by pressing back up. 30 seconds on this side, and then switch to the other side for another 30 seconds. Ready, set, go. Switch sides in 3, 2, 1. We're moving into a series of 4 exercises that we're going to do 2 rounds of. So the first exercise is marching plus dumbbell curls. So you can keep your feet a little bit apart, and basically as you march with one leg, make sure that your standing hip, so I'll show the other side. When you're marching with one knee, make sure that your standing hip stays nice and stable and that you don't collapse down into it. Stay really strong through your hip. At the same time, we're doing a bicep curl to bring the dumbbells up to your shoulders, and make sure your elbows stay close to your body. And then bring your arms down, switch sides with your legs, and then march with the other leg, okay? So we're alternating sides, doing a bilateral bicep curl with marches. Do this for 30 seconds. Ready, set, go. The next exercise is to work our rotator cuffs and our shoulders. So stay in standing with a gentle bend in your knees. Bring your elbows to 90 degrees. Squeeze your elbows in towards your side. And the movement is to open your hands away from each other. So shoulder external rotation, and then bring them back to center. As you open your shoulders, think about doing a little squeeze that should be generated in the back of your shoulder. So we're really working those muscles back there, which really help to counteract a lot of the sitting and slouching that we might do throughout the day. So holding your arms at 90 degrees the whole time, external rotation, and back to center. Doing this movement for 30 seconds without letting your arms drop. Ready, set, go. We're doing another full body movement with step backs and tricep curls. So first, lengthen your spine, find a neutral pelvis, and then hinge at your hips. So keep your trunk really neutral as you bend forward, and a little bend in your knees. So you can see that my back is still in a neutral alignment. Start with your elbows bent, with your arms close to, your hands close towards your shoulders. As you straighten your arms behind you, think about stepping one foot back to tap, and then come back to your start position and switch sides. Step the other foot back to tap, and then come back to start position. Try not to rotate your body, and try not to swing the dumbbell. So we're not using momentum, lots of strength through your biceps and your triceps, okay? So we're alternating sides for 30 seconds, really squeezing your triceps, which are the back of your upper arm, every time that you're at the top, okay? Ready, set, go. The fourth movement in this series is another shoulder external rotation movement, except this time we're bringing our arms to start with our elbows out in front of us. Again, making sure, because the weight is in front of you, the tendency is to bring your pelvis forward to counteract the weight, but stay really long and lengthened and keep your elbows out in front of you. From here, opening your shoulders into this kind of football goal post position, and then bring them back towards center. Just make sure you're careful not to hit your weights around, so you might just have to change the position of your weights. So we're doing this for 30 seconds. Try not to swing your body as you do it. Stay as neutral as you can, and that engages a lot of your core as well, okay? So shoulder external rotation with elbows up for 30 seconds. Ready, set, go. So you probably feel it in your arms like I do, so you can gently squat down and put those dumbbells down gently. Okay, we're moving into the cool down portion of our workout, starting with stretching the posterior deltoid, which is the back of the shoulder here. Take one arm, reach it forward, and then think about crossing your body so that you can hook your other arm behind, above your elbow, okay? The thing that's important here is not to just totally let this shoulder come forward and then see how my body is now crunched and a little bit bent. So all we're thinking about doing is arm forward, cross the body, but my chest and my trunk and pelvis, everything stays forward, neutral with lots of length. So by bringing this arm closer to my chest, I really feel a stretch in the back of my shoulder, which is the area that we're aiming for, okay? So we're doing this stretch and just holding it very gently, staying nice and tall for 30 seconds on each side. Ready, set, go. Switch sides in 3, 2, 1. Next, we're going to stretch our biceps. So be very gentle with this one. Start with your arms in front of you and turn your thumbs to face down. Keep a really gentle bend in your elbows. From here, sweep your arms behind you and think about reaching your hands back and up. And depending on how your arms feel and how tight your shoulders are, you might feel it in your biceps or you might feel the stretch across your chest. Either is okay. If you feel a zinging down your arms, then you might be putting a little bit of tension on your nerve, which is okay, but then maybe allow your wrists to relax a little bit as you bring your arms up. That should relieve some of that tension. So just, you can move your arms around. You don't have to hold this position for the whole 30 seconds, but maybe just think about, bringing your arms out and to the side, just really thinking about breathing into your chest without arching your back. Stay really neutral through your trunk. Ready, set, go. Next, we're doing a tricep stretch behind your head. So take one arm, reach it up overhead, watch what's happening in your trunk, making sure that you're controlling your ribs and your pelvis. From here, bend one arm so that your hand is behind your back. And you might already feel a tricep stretch here, in which case that's enough. If you need a little bit more of a stretch, you can reach your other hand up and over to hold onto your elbow and see if you can just gently bring it back. The tricky part here is to make sure that your head doesn't come too far forward, and then again that you don't move into this arched position. So trying as much as you can, and it kind of depends on the proportion of how long your arms are to the position of your head too, but try your best. Or again, just leaving your arm to reach your elbow up towards the ceiling might be enough of a tricep stretch. We're doing each side for 30 seconds. Ready, set, go. Switch sides in 3, 2, 1. The last stretch that we'll do is for our quads because we did quite a bit of squatting. So find somewhere to hold on to, whether that's a chair or come closer to the wall. The leg that is further away from the wall, think about bringing your heel towards your bum and see if you can hold on to your ankle. And then think about bringing your heel towards your bum behind you and bringing your knees together. So really important here, don't crunch through your hips like this and try not to arch your back. This is not necessary to get a good quad stretch. Think about keeping your thighs in line, and then you can even squeeze your pelvis or squeeze your bum to intensify the stretch a little bit. Okay, also be careful. You can hang on to your foot if it's a little easier for you, but just watch what's happening through your ankle. So if you're able to, I prefer to hold on to the actual ankle bone or above the ankle joint. Okay, holding each side for 30 seconds. Stay really lengthened through your supporting hip. Ready, set, go. sides in 3, 2, 1. We hope you find this information helpful. For more how-to videos and scoliosis-friendly workouts, check us out on TSC Connect. See you next time.